All right. First of all, you got to look at this and say, are you responding or are you reacting? You know, when the doctor gives you medication and he says you're responding to the medicine, that's good, right? But if he says you're reacting to the medicine, that's not so good. So you want to respond to this challenge, not just react to it. You want to think about what it is you're going to do. The doctor is going to prescribe something to you after he does a thorough analysis, not before. And you should do the same thing. You know, quitting is an enormous issue here. This is easy to quit. Quitting is just what gets in the way of everything, because you start doing it and go, oh my God, I can't do it all. It's the old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. This is an elephant. Don't try to do it all right away. Just do one thing that you might be good at. Maybe you like to talk about your family and how they worked in the business, and maybe you're good at sitting at home with the laptop on while you're in bed, and you can spout out a couple of things, and you're good at that. That might make you a really good blogger or a Twitterer. You know, on the other hand, you may have creativity in front of the camera, and you could shoot videos. And everybody can do videos. You know, people search YouTube all the time, videos. It's easy to do. Do what you're good at, but don't quit. And you will quit if you try to bite it all off at one shot. You can't do that. Because remember, we said quitting is not an option in this particular circumstance. Finding the time to do it is also an enormous challenge. And we said it could take as easy as 10 minutes a day. Find the 10 minutes sometime, at lunch, on your cell phone, before you take a shower, before you go to bed, something. But you have to find the time to do it. And keeping up with all the changes, because this stuff doesn't stay static. I mean, all the stuff we're talking about, 5 years ago, none of the stuff I'm showing you today existed. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, it didn't exist. Now it's our infrastructure. Let me finish with a story, personal story. And it was one of those aha moments for me, because I really didn't quite understand it until after it happened. And it has to do with this whole aspect of understanding how the internet really works. Because as a marketing consultant, I told you I was, you know, if you were an expert at 5 o'clock, at 5:30, you're no longer an expert. Well, I was nowhere near an expert in the beginning, and I just got worse as I went along, and I never really understood it. I belong to the Rotary Club of Weston. So does my friend Steve. Any of you guys Rotarians? Okay. Oh yeah, Jim's a Rotarian. Well, I'm a member of the Rotary Club, and you get volunteered to do stuff, and our club has a fundraising event every year. We stage a run. It's a 5K and a half marathon, and I was absent at the meeting when they picked the chairman, so when I got back I found out I was the chairman. And so the sponsor for the run, a young man came to us. The chairman had to find the title sponsor for the run. This young fellow is named Billy Beck. Some of you may know him in town, I don't know. But Billy operates a personal training facility in Weston. And Billy came in one day and said he wanted to be the sponsor of the run. He's a young guy, it's a small business. I said, why do you want to be the sponsor of the run? He says, well, I think I can do business with these people who are part of the run. And I said, well, that's great, but I said, it's a lot of money, Billy, and we're gonna make you a commitment multiple years. He said, no. He says, I want to do it. You know, he was gonna have to commit about $40,000 to this thing. I said, are you sure you can do it? Because if I'm your marketing consultant, I'm telling you, you probably shouldn't. He says, no. He says, I think this is a good investment. So Billy became the title sponsor of the run. Had very good success the first year, did very well. The second year, we started to get involved in social media and promoting the run on Facebook and doing some other things. In the interim period, while I was involved in this thing, I realized if I was going to be chairman of the run, I should be sort of in physical condition, because I weighed about 60 pounds more back then than I do now. After I saw Billy interact with our club and saw that there were some members, I went to Billy and I said, can you help me? And Billy said, sure. So I wound up with a personal trainer. My daughter and I went 3 days a week, and it was great. And I'm losing weight, I'm getting in shape, feeling really good. It was really interesting because unlike most gyms, Billy didn't have me sign a contract. I just paid as I went, paid the trainer by the hour. I could use all the facilities. The trainer was a young guy. And not only did he help me with the exercises, but he wrote me a diet plan, and he'd call me up when I was traveling, because I travel a lot. He'd write me a special exercise plan on the road, one that I could use in the hotel room if I didn't have access to equipment. And then he would make sure that I was eating properly. I got hurt, and he helped me with making sure that I could change the exercises around so I could continue to exercise without re-injuring myself. Didn't charge me for any of that. Measure my body fat composition every month, no charge for that. Pretty soon I started saying, hey, I'm feeling really good. How can I get better? And they said, oh, well, if you have we've got these supplements that you can take, vitamins and other things. And so I started buying the vitamins and buying the supplements, and I'm getting better and better. I'm really getting pretty good. I went from a size 40 to a size 32 pant. How about that? Isn't that something? And I'm an old guy. I'm not a young guy. So look at what happened to me. I'm thinking about this. This has now gone on about 8-9 months. I go, there's a funny thing going on here. I spent thousands of dollars. I mean a lot of money. I didn't sign a contract. Nobody ever pressured me to buy anything. I did it all. I was thinking I probably spent 10 times the amount of money with Billy than if he had signed me to a contract. And then as I'm going around town, I go to Rotary meetings and people say, gee, Marty, look at what you're doing. I said, I'm going to Billy. And really, so people start taking me out to lunch to ask me, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? And so I'm evangelizing for Billy. I'm becoming an evangelist for him. I'm not just a customer. I'm saying, hey, this is really great. And then it hit me one day as I was putting together a seminar that Billy was teaching me about the new way to market, that he was creating an environment in which I could swim in his media. So I went back and I did some analysis. And Billy has a website, actually has a couple, and he specializes in exercise videos that he does. He appears on Channel 6 down here in Miami. So I went to YouTube. There's about 80 or 90 videos that are posted of Billy showing you how to do the exercises. I don't have to go to the gym. There was no tease. I could actually stay home and exercise, and Billy could teach me all the exercises because they're all posted on YouTube. He has a Facebook page, and he hooked his Facebook page to our Rotary Club's Facebook page so he could market and cross with all of our followers and his. He has a blog where he posts additional information and personal thoughts. He has a Twitter account, and I follow Billy on Twitter, and so I get his messages. And so I got this message not that long ago. It says, listen to this before you work out, and your training will never be the same. And here is a tiny URL to iTunes where I could download a podcast with a warm-up routine. I'm swimming in Billy's media. Billy surrounded me, and I became his evangelist. I'm the best freaking customer he ever had. And now I go to the gym and I see nothing but my fellow Rotarians there. I mean, there must be 15 of us who are exercising. How many of you want a customer that's as good as me? I never argue about the price. I buy everything he tells me to. I come back time and time again. I tell all my friends. Some of you guys are probably ready to sign up after what I told you today, right? I am your new customer. This is what you need to make your customers into, your evangelists, the people who are so happy, so proud, belonging to that community that they are willing to say anything to anybody at any time. Billy doesn't pay me a nickel. I don't get any discount off of it. All I know is what I experienced. It just happens to be dramatic because it's on myself, and the people who knew me fat and now see me not fat say, hey, that must work. I'm not a crook, you know, that kind of thing. Billy's not a crook if they show me for real. It must actually work. You need customers that act like me. And the way you're going to get them is to do what Billy does. Surround your customers and prospects. Let them swim in your content, and they will believe in you the way I believe in Billy. It can work. So I implore you that no matter what you do after today, following the drinking, of course, following the drinking, I want you to go home tonight and commit yourself to do something. I didn't lose all this weight at one time. I didn't do it overnight. I committed to doing one thing at a time, and it worked. You can do the same thing with your marketing if you will simply start by doing something. Open a Twitter account, make a Facebook page, start your blog tonight, post a video to YouTube, do something. And you will wind up with customers who will be evangelists for your business. And you will succeed in this new environment because we're definitely not going back to the old one. This is the way it's going to be. Smarter, tougher, stronger, more complex, but also a great deal more challenging and exciting and can have great rewards.